Juniper started with the Beverly School for the Deaf PIP program when she was about 4 months old. And as people would ask, oh, how's Juniper doing? And I would tell them about that. People who don't have deaf or hard of hearing children were always shocked that she was starting an education so young. And I feel like I was constantly reminding people that you don't start speaking to a hearing child when you want them to learn to talk. Like, the process of learning a language is something that starts at birth or before. And so it makes so much sense that there is a program that starts children on learning the way that they're going to maybe be most comfortable communicating at such a young age. You can't take what you know as normal and apply it to your child and be like, this is going to give you something normal. Because Juniper needs to acquire language in a way that she can acquire language. She needs to be able to communicate and be part of a community that makes her feel completely comfortable communicating. And that isn't something that bringing her up exactly like I brought up my son is going to give her. And so I needed to feel like we were getting those tools from someplace, because we didn't know that much about how to make this happen. Through the home visits and through going to Beverly School for the Deaf, I feel like we have had a way to pour our energy in a really positive and hopeful way, as opposed to worrying about the what ifs. When a child is born hearing, they have already been exposed to language in utero. They're exposed to language constantly. And we weren't able to offer Juniper the exposure to sign immediately, because first we didn't know she had a hearing loss, and then we were really on the learning curve of learning sign language. When we go to the PIP program, we're in a classroom where they're signing for an hour. Sarah teaches a book and she teaches signs that are sort of related to the time of year. And Juniper's hand babble just increases so much after that experience. And it's the same thing when Robin comes to the house. Robin comes and she signs to her through that hour, and Juniper's hands just get going. And just like a child who's babbling, it's not words that, we can communicate with. Her signs don't actually have meaning, but she's working towards understanding that those movements have meaning as a language, have meaning as a way to communicate. And it's laying a base for her to be able to communicate in the future. There's community members who are not deaf and hard of hearing in the same classrooms. All the children are learning sign. All the children are learning English. They're reading in English. And it's very clear to me that it's a very full and rich environment to have so much written and spoken English and so much ASL all at the same time. It's just such a bright, open space. It's so warm when you walk in. The people seem really happy there. And I just felt that immediately, that people seemed welcoming to us, but they just seemed to be enjoying interacting with the children, enjoying interacting with each other. And that meant a lot to me. And the space just being so bright and open, it just seemed like this is where this is the sort of place education should happen, in spaces that feel like this.